Good day everyone, I'm your teacher Roxanne and welcome to my channel. In the previous video, we had the following learning objectives. This is part 2 of episode 2, Morphology. Today, let's study the morphology in other languages because according to Gleason in 1995, we can observe how different forms in the languages are used to realize morphological processes and features. Morphology in the Ilocos language. How do we mark plurals in the Ilocos language? A dialect in the Philippines. In Iloco, the singular form of head is ulo, and its plural form heads is ululo. The singular form of road is dalan, and the plural form of roads is daldalan. The singular form of life is biag, and the plural form lives is bibiyag. The singular form mula is plant, and the plural form plants is mulmula. What did you observe? Yes, there seems to be a repetition of the first part of the singular form. When the first part is be in the singular, the plural begins with this form repeated, bb. The process involved here is technically known as reduplication, that is repeating all or part of a form. Now let's study Tagalog, another language in the Philippines. Basa is read, bumasa is read, a command or an elliptical sentence. Babasa means will read. Tawag is call. Tumawag is call, an elliptical sentence or a command. Tatawag means will call. Sulat means write. Sumulat means write, an elliptical sentence or a command. Susulat means will write. If we assume that basa, tawag, sulat can be treated as a stem, then it appears that in the second item, bumasa, tumawag, sumulat, an element has been inserted after its first consonant, or more precisely after the syllable onset. It is an example of an infix. In the examples babasa, tatawag, susulat, the change involves a repetition of the first syllable as basa becomes babasa. So referring to the future in Tagalog is done via reduplication. Using this information, we can complete the following examples. If lakad means walk, how about walk? How about will walk? If lapit means come here, how about come here? Or will come here? In the second column with the infix we would write lumakad and lumapit. In the third column with reduplication, we would write lalakad and lalapit. So next time you're enjoying a stroll through the streets of Manila and you hear lumapit, you'll know what to do. Morphology in KANURI, a language spoken in Nigeria. Karate is an adjective which means excellent. Namkarate is a noun which means excellence. Kura is an adjective which means big. Namkura is a noun which means bigness. Gana is small, which is adjective. Namgana is smallness, which is noun. Dibi is an adjective which means bad. Namdibi is a noun which means badness. Looking at the examples, we can conclude that nam is a prefix functioning as a derivational morpheme that is used to derive nouns from adjectives. The process is similar to the use of the suffix ness in English, creating the noun bigness from the adjective big. Discovering a regular morphological feature of this type helps us to make certain predictions when we encounter other forms. For example, if the KANURI word of length is namkurugu, then we can be reasonably sure that long is kurugu. Different languages also employ different means to produce inflectional markings of forms. For example, we have here GANDA, a language spoken in Uganda. So the singular form of doctor is omusawo, and the plural form is abasawo, which means doctors. The singular form for woman is omozaki, and the plural form women is abazaki. The singular form girl is omuwala, and the plural form girls is abawala. The singular form heir is omusika, and the plural form heirs is abasika. From this example, we can observe that there is an inflectional prefix omu used with singular nouns and a different inflectional prefix aba, which is used with the plural of those nouns. If we learn that abalenzi is a ganda plural meaning boys, then we can be sure that the singular form for boy must be omolenzi. Did you enjoy studying the morphology of the different languages? Now let's discuss the types of word formation. Are you ready? Neologism. Neologism is a new word, usage, meaning, phrase, or expression. For example, spangler, spanglerish, spanglerism, spanglering, or spanglered. Etymology. Etymology is a derivation of a word which indicates the origin of a word and the relationship of its different meanings to one another. For example, the etymology of the word language. It comes from the Latin word lingua, which means tongue. Report comes from the Latin word reportare, which means bring back. And memorandum comes from the Latin word memorare, which means to remind. Philosophy comes from the Greek word philo, which means to love, and sophy, which means wisdom. Borrowing is taking over of words from other languages. Here are examples. Dope is borrowed from Dutch. Chef is borrowed from French. Blitz, German. Lilac, Persian. Piano, Italian. Pretzel, German. Sofa, Arabic. Tattoo, Tahitian. Bonsai, Japanese. Yogurt, Turkish. Zebra, Bantu. And jewel, French. Calc, loan translation. It is a direct translation of a word in a borrowing language. Blue blood, which means noble birth, is from Spanish sangre azul. Skyscraper, from French term gratte-ciel, which literally translates as scrape sky. Now let's have compounding. Compounding is joining of two separate words to produce a single form. For example, the nouns bookcase, textbook, wallpaper, wastebasket, and waterbed. For compound adjectives, we have good-looking, low-paid. Compounds of adjectives, we have fast food, adjective plus noun, fast food, restaurant, or a full-time job. Blending is a combination of two separate forms to produce a single new term. For example, smoke and fog, we can have the word smog. Smaze, which means smoke and haze. Telecast, which means television plus broadcast. Smirk, smoke, and murk. Infotainment, which means information plus entertainment. Telex, teleprinter plus exchange. Spanglish, Spanish plus English. Clipping. A common process by which words are formed is called clipping. A group of letters or even a word is cut off at the beginning or at the end or sometimes at both ends of a given word, and the remaining word is left to stand for the whole word. A clipped word is generally a noun or a name word. For example, exam for examination, math for mathematics, dorm for dormitory, lab for laboratory, condo for condominium, ad for advertisement, gas for gasoline. Hypocorisms. It is a type of reduction favored in Australian and British English. A longer word is reduced to a single syllable, then y or ie is added to the end. For example, movie for moving pictures, telly for television, OC for Australian, bookie for bookmarker, brekkie for breakfast, hanky for handkerchief. Back formation. Back formation is a word or one type, usually noun, that is reduced to form a word or another type, which usually is a verb. For example, television, televise, donation, donate, emotion, emote, enthusiasm, enthuse, option, opt, worker, work, editor, edit, sculptor, sculpt, peddlers, peddle, swindlers, swindle, babysitter, babysit, automation, automate. Conversion. A change in the function of a word, as for example, when a noun comes to be used as a verb without any reduction. For example, the noun dust is used as a verb in this sentence. Did you dust the living room? Or a glue is used as a verb in this sentence. I'll have to glue it together. Referee used as a verb. Who will referee the game? Or water, which is a noun that is used as a verb. And the sentence is, would you water my plants? From verb to noun. To cheat. He's a cheat. To doubt. We had some doubts. To hand out. I need a handout. To hire. We have 2 new hires. This time, let's talk about coinage. Coinage is the invention and general use of totally new terms. For example, trade names for commercial products like Teflon, Xerox, Google, aspirin, Kleenex, nylon, Vaseline, zipper, granola. There are also new words based on the name of a person or place, and they are called eponyms. Fahrenheit from the German Gabriel Fahrenheit. Volt from the Italian Alessandro Volta. Acronym. It is a process wherein the initial letters or syllables or words become a complete word. Acronyms may be pronounced as whole words or separately as when what is pronounced are the initials of a given word. Scuba means self-contained underwater breathing apparatus. VIP, pronounced separately, means very important person. So we also have ID, ECG, CD, SIM, etc. That's all for today. Thank you so much for watching. Goodbye.